Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today and spending this time. I know how precious our time is. And so thank you. Thank you. If you are watching on the replay on YouTube, please do subscribe and follow so that you can so you can attend all of the other future calls on the replay, all the previous calls, and of course all the present calls. It is my deepest desire, wish, and intention to bring forward to you all these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their exercises and processes, their healings, their readings, etc., so that we can all thrive in our lives and so that we can all awaken to happiness now. And so today, my dear friend Roshney Mistry is back with us, and we are going to be talking about living your mission. So that's exciting. Some of what we're going to discuss today is the difference between mission and purpose. Your current job is preparing you for your mission, what that looks like, what that means for you. That your body will tell you when it's had enough. We'll talk about that. The thoughts and energy you give your current job, and small steps are better than no steps. I totally agree. And Roshni will be doing a live meditation called Your Golden Heart. And in this meditation, using the beautiful light within your heart, we will be cleansing the chakras so that you feel more inspired and aligned to your mission. So I'm excited about that. And of course, if you don't know Roshni, she's been with us many times now, and we love having her back. It's always a high vibe, interesting, and the interesting call, interesting wisdom, of course. And of course, the processes that Roshni brings through are always so wonderful. And so I'm going to say heart aligned, right? So Roshni is a spiritual energy coach whose name means light. She is trained in NLP, Rahanni Celestial Healing, inner child healing, counseling, and Akashic Records Healing. She is an Akashic Records teacher, and she worked for the corporate government for the last 34 years. And working in a stressful environment has taught her many skills, especially on how to heal relationships. She has learned through her experiences that your body will show you signs on a physical and mental level when something is not right for you. And Roche uses powerful inner child healing and cord cutting modalities to help others to remove emotional blocks to relationships, career, and good health. She runs online spiritual workshops, which are open to everyone and anyone, whether you are just new to spirituality or very experienced. And Roshni is sharing her light with you so that you can shine your light too. So please join me in welcoming Roshni back to the show. Roshni, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always love the way you introduce me. Makes me feel like $1 million.
Oh, good. I'm glad. That's my intention. So again, wonderful that you're here. And it seems like this season is the season of people talking about living your mission, being on purpose, all that kind of stuff. So we've talked like, I don't know, this is like the fourth show, I think, where we're talking about that, which is interesting. But
Wow.
I'm yeah, it's in the air, right? It's in the air. People are wanting to align with their mission, with their purpose, with their calling. And so I want to just take a few minutes and talk a little bit about what's the difference between living your mission, living your purpose, living your calling, or doing your calling. Like, what is the difference between those three things?
Okay, so it's
Putting
funny
you on
you
the spot.
mentioned. Oh, good. That's okay. That's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love being put on the spot. So first of all, you mentioned that a few of the other speakers, it's like the topic of the moment. I didn't actually know that. And when I checked in with my guides, I always check in with my guides and say, "What should I talk about this time?" And they said you need to talk about your mission. And I was like, it didn't resonate with me. I was like, well, there's not much to say. And I was like, oh, it's quite a boring subject. But actually, when it came down to it, I thought, well, there's someone out there that really needs to hear this. And quite a few of my clients, many of them are kind of like, I want to get out of what I'm doing now and I want to do what you're doing, or I want to do something that I absolutely love. So it looks like it's the perfect topic. So thank you for sharing that, Alara. So for me, mission is what you came to be of service in the world. Yeah. So what is your contribution to the world? It's basically a specific action or acts of service. Okay, so for me, that's what mission is. My mission, I believe, is to help people understand and know that they can heal themselves, and also how easy it is to bring light back into your life, because life can be a bit ups and downs, right? And it's so easy to raise your vibration. It's so easy to bring light back, even though when we're going through, the hardest of hard things. So
Hmm.
that, I believe, that's my mission and purpose. I believe everyone's purpose is the same, is to remember who you truly are. And I know you probably know Daryl Anker. He channels.
Hmm.
He always says, remember who you truly are, okay? And be that highest and best version of who you truly are. So, yeah, so that's my take on mission and purpose.
I love that. And as I was, thinking about this conversation today, I was trying to remember back, right? To Because I used to work in the government. You used to work in the government as well, right? Kind of thing. And it was a job. It was not my purpose or my mission or my calling. And so, but when I came out of the government and I started doing this show, right? So many years ago, 11 years ago, it's my mission, right, is to empower others. That's my mission, is to empower others, to show them that something else is possible for them. And how I do that is, the show is one avenue, right? So the show is one thing, my membership is another thing, coaching, healing is another thing, right? So there are all the different ways that I fulfill my mission, right, is to empower others and help them see the light, and that they truly are. And then that the purpose, again, like you just said, my purpose is for me to remind myself and remember who I am. Self-realization, like I'm Hindu, so I'm Indian, so that is the word that I use for myself. But knowing who I am, that's my purpose, and in love and in joy. And I think that's what everyone's purpose really is, if they were to look at it, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to get this clarity for everyone, just so that they would know what the difference is, right? And a mission doesn't always have to be big. Like, it doesn't have to be empowering others. It could be, loving your family could be your mission, right? And just sharing that love with each other could be your mission. It doesn't always have to be something big, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it doesn't have to be spiritual work. I mean, I always say that my best friend's a hairdresser, and she makes people feel so good when she cuts. She's got magic fingers, honestly. And hairdressers, beauticians, artists, bakers, cooks, they
Mhm.
make people feel good, right? DJs, right? Comedians. Okay, so they light people up, and so you don't necessarily have to be doing spiritual work, but it's an act of service. It's your contribution to the world, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's what you have to look at. It's like, what is it that you want to contribute to the world, to your community, to your family, etc., right? What do you
Yeah.
want to contribute? And how do you want to be a contribution? Right? So I love that. It's different ways for everyone. Now, uh this one part is might be a little bit different for people to understand and get, but how our current job is preparing you for your mission. So how is, sometimes when we're looking at our current job, like when I was in the government, like, oh, how could this possibly be preparing me for my mission? But near the end, where I was in my job, it was working with energy, right? So, and working with light and etc., right? So it's like, oh, that is so interesting now that I look at it back, like look back at it. But your job is, I think also can help you, because it's about relationships, right? So it's, for me, it's always like, how can I help somebody? It's always been like that. How can I support somebody? And in a job, you might be supporting your coworkers and the team, or you might be supporting customers and clients, right?
Yeah,
As an
absolutely.
example.
It's a really good example, Shafali. So 34 years in one government department, my friends and family always used to say to me, how did you last so long in one place? And the reason why is I did a variety of jobs. I did like finance, I did fraud, I did team leading, I did management, you name it, I did it. And maybe the first 3/4 of that 34 years was absolutely brilliant. I didn't even feel like it was work. I went in, I would wake up and not even realize I'm going to work. That's how much I loved it. And that's what the feeling should be like when you're working, is that it shouldn't feel like a job. It should feel like something that you love. You don't mind going in and just, really giving it all your passion. Now, towards the end was a different story. Okay, so I went into a senior management role in 2016. I didn't even want to do it. I reluctantly went for it because my manager said, "You got to do it. You got to do it. You're doing it anyway." And it really taught me a few things. So for 4 years, being a senior manager and managing staff was very interesting, very interesting. However, I am so grateful, because if it wasn't for those circumstances and those people that I was managing, I wouldn't have got into meditation. I wouldn't have learned about cord cutting. I wouldn't have learned about how to speak, when to speak, what tone to use. And they really taught me things. Okay. And I always say, like, I'm teaching them and they're teaching me. And that's what I teach in the Akashic Records as well, is that people come into our lives for a reason. It's either for a karmic reason, or something that we've got to learn from them, or they're just a blessing. But we don't see it like that at the time. At the time, we're like, oh God, this person's driving me up the wall, or, why are they doing this to me? I feel like a victim, So, but now I know, and I look at things so differently when things like that happen, whether it's family, friends, or a client. I mean, touch wood, it's not happened with a client, but so when things like that happen, it's always showing you something, and usually it's showing you something that you have to heal within yourself as well. Like we talked about it in one of our in one of your last shows, about a reflection of yourself. So the 34 years, that really prepared me for what I'm doing now. So this is a breeze. The job that I'm doing now, I don't even call it job. I just call it fun, really. And I don't like saying, I don't even say I'm going to work. I don't like saying it. I just feel like it's fun. I just love doing this, helping people, teaching people, sharing my wisdom, sharing my knowledge, showing people that, you know what, you have the power to heal anything. Yeah. You just have to believe it, and you just have to trust. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
mhm.
I forgot to mention at the beginning, but if you do have a question for Roshney, sorry, I saw the chat and I started
Yeah, I
laughing.
just,
Um,
oh, thank you. Princess Leah. Oh, sorry, it went a bit.
oh my goodness. Yeah. If you do have a question for Roshney, of course you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat as well. Okay. This is so important and it's so key and relevant. I mean, it definitely, I really experienced this for myself. Your body wouldn't tell you when it's had enough. So when I was in the government near the end, especially, I was having so many headaches, so many aches and pains. I mean, I was sick all the time. It was crazy, crazy how, and like I'd be totally fine. I'd get off the bus, right? Because I lived, somewhere else, and I took the bus in, whatever. And I would get off the bus, and I started walking to the building, and my headache would start even before I got in the building. So I mean, it's like I knew it's the energy of the establishment, right? It's a government job, right? So it's with the energy of that whole place and how I really didn't want to be there, right? So it's like it's so important to listen to your body when it's giving you signs. So um what was it like for you? Same sort of
Oh
thing?
gosh, absolutely. I didn't realize until I was studying metaphysics, the last like year or so, and I had IBS for about 12 years. So that's, for those of you who don't know, irritable bowel syndrome, and that's related to the stomach, the intestines, the digestive system. And I was holding a lot of anger inside, right, with the management and with the way that the politics went on in the office. Like, because I always like doing things by the book, and if something wasn't done by the book and pushed under the carpet, I'd get kind of like annoyed, like why aren't you guys following the protocol? Why do you guys have to cheat or fiddle the stats? So I used to hold this in my stomach, and I used to just say, yes sir, 3 bags full, sir. And I did that for 12 years, and I didn't realize that was the reason I had IBS. I thought it was like, oh, I'm eating too much bread or I'm eating too much pasta. No, I mean, that had probably a little bit to do with it, but I know now that, most of our, ailments come from emotions, trapped
Hmm.
emotions. And then towards the end, that was a real game changer, because I think it was 2018-19, I'd be sitting at a desk doing the management role, and literally my body was shaking. My body was like trembling, shaking, and it was like no one was even doing anything to me. It was just my body was telling me, get out of here now. Or first of all, it told me in 2021, step down from the management role. Now, who's going to lose like 20K pay, 20,000 pay a year? Who's going to step down? From
Yeah.
a permanent role? I did. I did not once think about the money. I was like, no, my health first. And then when I stepped down, and I did this part time. So we go on to the next thing, is that I did it in small steps, because we have bills, we have credit cards, we have mortgage. I would never tell anybody, go straight in and dump your full-time job and go into your passion. You have to be sensible, okay? So small steps is better than no steps. So for 1 or 2 years, I did a couple of days in the office, and I did this for 2 days in the week, and at weekends. So that's how I did my small steps. But I listened to my body. That's the most important thing. Yeah, listen to your body. Your body is amazing. It talks to you all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, the, the thoughts and energy that you give to your current job, if you're I mean, I'll be honest, if you're complaining about it, if you're negative about it, if you're constantly like going in saying, oh my God, I hate this, blah, 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 of course you're going to be unhappy. But it is about looking at the blessings, looking at what, like I always say, there's always something to be grateful for. And sometimes your job is giving you the funds so that you can do other fun stuff in your life, right? So it's paying for security, it's paying for the house, it's paying for your trips, it's like all that kind of stuff as well, right? So, and that also, you can't, leave, like be running away from something. You have to, like, I always talk about acceptance, right? Accepting that this is what I've chosen up to this point, and now I'd like to choose something different, right? And so your thoughts and your energy in your workplace or any job, like like even like when I'm doing this, even though it's not a job, it's much it's like it's so easy. I just get to talk, right? So it's like, how hard is that, right? But what is the energy behind it, right? So what is your energy? What are your thoughts about what you are doing? So they need to be looked at and be uplifted, and turn them around the best you can. And then from that space, after you've turned them around, then take those small steps to make a change, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, what I've learned is it's divine time. Okay, divine time, divine purpose, divine reason. So I wanted to leave from 2015, and and I used to ask a lot of like facilitators, healers, my spiritualists. I've got a family spiritualist, and she always said, no, not yet, not yet, not yet. And I'm like, listen, I cannot stand this place. I need to get out of here. She kept saying, no, 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 no. And I was like, every time I was like, oh. So this is how I overcame the disappointment of going in. Okay, I would always say to myself, this is temporary. Okay,
Yeah.
every time and I was actually put in one of the like in three of the worst offices you can work in London. Okay, I'm not going to name them. It's a bit like a, I don't want to have a go at any of the prisons in Mexico, but it was like a Mexican prison. Honestly, it was really really rough, and really taught me a few things. But I went in and I said, this is temporary. This is temporary. I kept saying that, and then I kept moving every time I said this is temporary. Eventually moved out, right, which was brilliant. And also, I focused on at least one good thing, exactly what Alara said. Because if you go in and you hate your job, it's going to hate you back. Okay. And that's what most of us do. Whether it's your home, your job, or whether it's your house or your partner or relationship, it's the law of attraction. When you hate something, it's going to hate you back. Okay. It's just going to give you that energy back. So find something that you love. So I used to write things down in my journal. I used to write, oh, do you know what? I actually love that I can leave at 5 o'clock on the dot. Um, or I can actually, I've made some amazing friends, or I can just walk to my workplace. So I used to find things, because when you find something good, you'll find another thousand good things. If you
Hmm.
find a bad thing, you'll find another 5,000 bad things. Okay. So, so just, think about that. Also, when you love something, you will attract more of it. Okay, and I know it's difficult when you actually hate the job and you want to get out of there. Yeah, so I really had to really work hard on, like, you know what, I love my colleagues, I love that I can do this, and I love that I can do that. Yeah, but at the end, if you're meant to leave, you're meant to leave, and that's what happened. My body last year said, right, enough is enough. You have to go now.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, we're so glad that you listened to your body because, the work that you're doing is so important. And I know your clients love you. So it's you're doing great job. What I wanted to talk about really quickly was so we're talking about a job, but it's not just about the job, it's about any situation in life, any area of your life. So, with my husband's situation and his illness and so on, I kept saying, this is just temporary. This is just temporary, and that is what got me through uh, 5 years, right? It's just this temporary kind of thing. Because otherwise, if you think it's long term forever, it's 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 hard, it's tough, right? So telling myself it's just temporary, it's okay, it'll be fine, it's just temporary, and that can at least help you to keep you moving forward a little bit, right? Or at least staying stable, you know um the best you can. But again, like I said, we're not just talking about a job here, we're talking about your life, right? So your life is also a reflection of your mission, right? So how you are expressing yourself in life is really how you are living out your mission for why you came here, what you chose to do and be and experience, etc. And so, when I look at that, it's like if my life is my mission, how am I living my mission? Am I empowering, not just when I'm doing the show, but in other areas of my life? Am I still empowering? Am I still, showing people when they're willing to receive the info, of course, that something else is possible, kind of thing. And am I doing that for myself? Right. So living your mission is not just for other people. It's for yourself as well. Right, Roshni?
Absolutely, 100%. And you touched on something about, you didn't use manifestation, but you touched on a little bit about, attraction, right? Now, I wrote down, I've been journaling and writing like a gratitude journal for like 8, 9 years. And I wrote in there a couple of years ago, I would like to go part-time and do spiritual work. It happened. And then I wrote, I would like to leave DWP. It happened. Okay. So, the key thing is I had to really trust. I had to trust my decision last year of when I did that resignation. I once did not bat an eyelid about, oh, how will I survive? What about the money? What about this? I really had to implicitly trust, surrender, and give it to the universe. That was the key. Okay. So manifestation really does work if you trust and surrender and you don't have an expectation to outcome. Okay. You just
Hmm.
have to, request it and then just let it go. I think Abraham Hicks talks about that as well, and just act as if you've already got it. So, so the key thing is some people, do it. They journal, they practice gratitude, but they give up after a while. I've been doing it religiously since 2016, and I'm telling you, it changed my life. Absolutely changed my life.
Yeah, absolutely. And journaling, definitely helps. Gratitude definitely helps. But you're right. It's about trusting and believing in what it is that you desire and letting go of the outcome, letting go of how it should show up, because it never shows up the way you think it's going to. But letting that go and saying, whatever is, this or something better. A lot of people like to say, so this or something better, right? And just trusting that this or something better is already happening for you. See, I find the universe is very benevolent. I like to think of it as very benevolent and um, supportive, right? So, believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, believe in your desires, whatever they happen to be, as long as they're, I will say this, the caveat, as long as they're coming from your heart and not just from your ego and mind, okay? Um, because that's when I get in trouble with myself. I'll be honest. So always drop down into your heart when you're making your desires, or writing down what it is that you desire. Okay, so Roshni, we have some people with their hands raised, some questions.
Yeah,
Can
no
we take some
problem.
questions? Is that good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what kind of questions people have. Linda, you want to unmute yourself?
Sure. Hi.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Hi. My question is, like, if you are like not talented, but you have skills in many, many directions. So how do you narrow it down to figure out exactly which one's the best one for yourself?
Oh, very good question. Very good question. So, what brings you the most joy?
Oh,
Okay.
like you, I love to have people understand that I'm only a facilitator and they're the ones actually healing themselves.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So for me, it was like, helping someone. And actually, I know I've healed this years ago, but I came in the world thinking I've got to save the world because, it was some karmic thing that came from Atlantis. And it's been healed now. But since little, I always felt like, oh, I've got to save the world. I've got to look after this person. I've got to save this person. I don't need to because we save ourselves and we heal ourselves. But I love to teach. I love to show others that look how easy it is to heal yourself. Yeah. Yeah, that's spot on, Linda. That, you know the answer.
I wish I did, but I'm working at it. Thank you.
And I just want to add to that. Of
Go
course,
ahead, honey.
I always have to add. It's
Go
like
ahead.
you can have more than one joyful passion. Like I don't believe in like just I'm just going to do one thing. I'm like I only love to do one thing. No, you can have more than. I mean, you're definitely a healer. We already talked about this, Linda. You are definitely a healer. So focus,
Thank you.
on healing, but you're also a channel. So you can also channel poetry, writing, etc. Right? So why not both? Why do
Okay.
you have to, pigeonhole yourself into one thing?
You're
Yeah,
right.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, mission doesn't have to be just one thing, and it can change as well. It could be you were doing this for about 10 years and now you're going to do something else, I've always wanted to be a yoga teacher, but it didn't happen. So I don't know if that's going to happen later on. But because I was meant to be doing this, right? So but yeah, it can change. So yeah, just work on your passion, your joy, and it will come to you. And if you check in with your guides, meditate. You know how much I love meditation. Check in with your guides, and they'll tell you. They'll point you in the right direction.
Thank you. Thank both of you. I love you both.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
you too,
thank you,
Linda.
Linda. Love you too. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to Sarah. Going to unmute Sarah or not? We'll come back to Sarah. We're gonna go to the iPhone. Phone number ending in 648. The iPhone phone number ending in 648.
Unmute. That's me.
Yeah, hi. Oh, hi, Stella.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great. I'm here with a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like for her to do something for her inner child, for her childhood. She had a really, really bad childhood. If she can do something, she's right here. Hi. Oh, let me
Hi.
put.
Well, we're not doing inner child healing today. This is more about questions about your mission, purpose, that kind of
Oh,
thing.
your
Is
mission.
there something that she's
Ask about
stuck on
what
around that?
she'd like to know what her mission is.
Yes, I would like to know. I I've been on disability and I want to work again. And I would like to know. I've survived many times where I should have died, and I would just like to know what a good purpose or something that I need to do before I leave this earth.
Okay, what's your name? Sorry,
Candace.
Candace. What a beautiful name, Candace. Candace, what lights you up?
Helping people, like working out, buying people things, giving. I'm a giver to a fault. Had lots of trauma in my life. Everyone says I should write a book, but I don't know how to write a book.
Okay, so I'm getting, do you do voluntary work?
Do I what?
Do you do any voluntary work?
Volunteering?
I train people for free, help them get started on weight training,
Oh, wow.
but I don't get out much as far as, you know, doing other things, volunteering.
Okay, so I definitely see you writing a book, but you know, there's so many on Instagram and Facebook. There's so many
I don't do it.
channels out there that do free book writing. They assist you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I think that could be the start of what, you know, you want to do. But I sense that I know you said you teach people, but I feel like you're there's some voluntary work that you could be doing that will open up more. Yeah, that will open up and make you light up even more. And it's when you light up that, you know, some bell will ring and think, right, I need to do this. Okay.
That,
And then then it could turned into paid work as well. Okay. And that's what happened to me. I did voluntary work in a nursing home for 2 years. I used to go on a Sunday, I used to go for 2 hours while I was still in the government role. And I used to help the elderly like paint their nails and do a bit of yoga, have a bit of fun. And we just did a little bit of sums. We did a bit of dancing. We did table tennis. And it absolutely, I enjoyed it so much. It was so rewarding and it was making them laugh. And, you know, and some of them were very lonely. So, you know, so there's lots of things that you have to do. Just journal it, write it down, and then pick one that lights you up the most. Okay. But something always comes out of it at the end, you know, when we don't have an expectation, that is.
yeah, I just want to find a purpose and keep waiting for God to tell me, and no one's telling me anything, so I need to figure it out.
No, God's
Divine,
not going to tell you what to do.
yeah, divine time, right?
Yes.
Divine time. And like Shefali said, you have to instigate it.
Yes.
Okay, so you can ask your guides and angels and say, guide me, what is it that I need to do? But at the end of the day, you have to find the things that really light you up.
You reap what you sow.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you for that very much. Appreciate
That's okay. That's okay.
Awesome.
You're
Thank
doing
you.
amazing. You're doing amazing, Candice.
I would love to do speaking. I could do that forever, but I'm not a good public speaker as well. So maybe I could take some classes on that.
Absolutely. There's something, I don't know if you have it, if it's worldwide, but there's something called Toastmasters.
Oh, yes.
They help, so they help you.
It's everywhere.
And yeah, so there's so many things available. You just have to ask the universe, it will deliver. Yeah,
Okay.
and you have to take the steps. You have to take the action, right?
I have to get up at 6 to be at the meeting at 7. The Toastmasters.
Oh, it will work. It will work. You can make it work.
Let's sit and see 3 weeks so far, so I won't miss this next one.
Awesome.
For you.
Good. Good for you. Take that first step.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Awesome.
And on the giving, I give too much of things myself, but mainly like a stranger likes my bracelet. I give a lot, and I need to start nurturing myself. And
absolutely,
it's not either. I need to go back to work. But what's wrong with me that I always want to give people things?
So, you know, if you keep giving, you know, if you keep giving, you're actually blocking the receiving as well. Okay, because we're infinity. We have to give, receive, right? So if you keep taking, you're blocking abundance. If you keep giving, so you've got to have a balance. You've got to be open to receive as well, you know, because otherwise you're giving away all your energy, all of your power. So, you know, so start receiving.
Right. You get nefarious characters in your life, and then they won't respect you after you keep giving. They'll expect it, or they just think you're stupid. Thank you so much for everything.
That's okay. Thank you. Lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stella. Thank you. Bye. All right, Sarah is back. Before we get to Sarah, I was just going to say one thing. Something was coming to me as we were talking to Candice. Yeah, so she was talking about not knowing how to write a book. She doesn't think she's a good public speaker, etc. Well, it starts with they taking that small step. So with writing a book, start by writing a paragraph, just one story, something, anything, right? And then just keep doing that for a few days. Then you'll see that, yeah, I can write, because it's not about writing. It's about being in that space of I'm an author, I am a writer. So, and writing is just writing down what you're feeling, writing down what's coming up in your head. So people like to make it more complicated than it has to be, but just start with where you're at and start with a, one story, one paragraph, one page, and then go from there. It's always about taking that first step. And a lot of people, they don't take that first step because they come up with all sorts of excuses or reasons why they can't. And so there's nothing that says that she can't public speak, right? And public speaking does not mean you have to stand in a room full of 500 people. Public speaking is even getting on a call like this and being on camera and speaking out loud. That's also public speaking, right? So we have to take away those stories of what it looks like and just start from where you are. That's what I'm going to say about that.
Absolutely.
Right? All right. Awesome. All right. Sarah, go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you now.
My computer was being very bad. So it was suggested to me a couple of weeks ago, and I did it immediately, that I write down a paragraph, letting the universe know exactly what I wanted so that I could be guided there. And I did that, but I've been doing that for years verbally, and I was told, well, write it down. Okay. Lately, I've just been injuring myself, broken rib. I won't even bad burn. I won't go into the list. So that I feel like the universe is also saying, but not yet, lay low. And I did have something, I decided recently to shift from learning through trauma to learning through joy. And yesterday was October 7th, and it was, of course, a very, very sad anniversary. My sister said her eyes hurt from crying, and I refused to enter into it. I didn't go to any memorial services, and I stayed very quiet, and I felt a serenity I don't usually feel. And I couldn't enter into I'm an empath, so to start entering into the sadness of everyone on both sides of the conflict from October 7th on, I just felt like it was going to be too much for me. So I stayed quiet and I was quite serene. But I do keep having things that are just keeping me like down with these injuries. And I wonder if you've got any, that was way too long a story. I wonder if you've got any messages from my guides about my going forward with my path and beginning to do, or stepping into my power to do a larger version of what I'm doing with counseling and healing.
Okay, so I the first word I got was divine time, divine timing. Yeah, so it's all going to happen in divine time. Okay, and I know you said you've been waiting for a long time, and I kept getting told grounding. I don't know if you ground every day, but there,
Many different ways, and I'm
yeah.
wearing grounding shoes at the moment, and I go out and lay on the ground and do all the energetic stuff. This comes up a
And
lot though.
yeah, so
The
I don't
grounding.
know. I'm not sure if I mean, I have a really beautiful grounding process, um, but everyone does it differently. Yeah, but I just really got told strongly that you need to ground more. And I also got told there's a little bit about self-worth going on. Like, so there might be a bit of, if you feel worthy of, having something in your mission a bit, higher, better, bigger. So, that might be something that, you need to work on.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you
I'll
feel
just,
about that?
I have a very high opinion of what I'm here to do. And the
Okay.
feedback that I get from people when I do sound healing, I'm what's called in Hebrew a bala bracha, master of blessing, is constantly amazing. I know I'm channeling, and I know it's not coming from me, but
Yeah.
I have a very high opinion of what I do because I feel the energy and other people feel the energy. Um, and I've kind of wondered this high holidays why I'm not leading somewhere, because I've been leading those services for 60 years and now I'm not. So I don't know. I have a good opinion of what I am here to do. I have a very high vision of what I'm here for, and I've been through all the trauma that, we go through before we get to these things. And I ground 6 different ways every day, and I walk barefoot in the grass,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
almost
I don't
every
know. I
day,
got
and I do the energetic stuff. So it's just a little bit, and I wear grounding shoes most of the day. So that's a bit of a mystery.
okay, so that's funny because my surname's Mystery. But if you are you doing the work that you do, are you doing it with 100% energy and 100% love?
I feel that I
yeah.
am, but perhaps, I'm hearing that I don't. I mean, like when I start playing the bells, which I did for my new bar mitzvah student yesterday, he was just bowled over and I'm bowled over, and I just enter into that energy so strongly. So I feel like I am, but I hear I'm falling short. So
Yeah. Yeah.
who
I don't
knows?
know. I think
Yeah.
she puts in more than 100% in anything that she does. So I don't know where that's coming from either,
We
because
could put 100% in, but it's the thought that goes behind it, right? So I could put 100%. I could be working on my mission from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. at night, but my thoughts might be like, when is this going to happen? When is this going to change? Da, 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 da. So
No,
so yeah.
no,
So
it's not.
it's there's something there's some belief or pattern that is
Susan,
stopping you. However, I'm also getting told divine time, that in divine time.
well, that's fine. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't mind waiting for that. Susan just wrote in the chat, underlying frequency.
Underlying frequency.
yeah, so that underlying frequency is even though you're doing everything 100%, but the underlying frequency,
Yeah.
there's something else there that is, not allowing it to flourish as you would like, I think.
Yeah, the vibration that you might be putting 100% in what you're doing, but what vibration and frequency are you putting into that?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll keep working on it. It is something of a mystery to me, and yeah, I have opened to compassion, but perhaps not enough. Who knows? All right, just thought I'd ask.
Okay. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Thank you
Sarah.
all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you all.
All right, we're going to go to Aranima.
Hi, hi there.
Hi.
My question is, I have been, of course, I've been getting healings from Alara and various, people from on this, and I'm myself been a healer. Having said that, I'm still in a lot of pain, and if I want to achieve anything, I can't seem to be able to put my 100%, as you keep saying, put in there. Even if I put, I feel so much drained. What is going on? What and when will it be over so that I can actually fully step in to whatever that I want to pursue?
Okay, so
So,
before Roshney answers, hold on, Roshney, 1 second.
okay.
And this could be my own underlying belief, whatever, but I'm gonna have to say it because the show is live and it's going to be live on YouTube. So when it comes to physical illnesses, physical disease, physical aches and pains, right? Energy work can do a lot, absolutely. And you have to have total 100% faith and belief in it. But sometimes you also need physical treatments as well, right? So
Yeah.
I remember like 10, 11, 10 years ago, I remember talking to somebody and he was giving me all this information, the energetic information of things that I needed, right? But he said at the same time, with the energetic, there's also some physical supplements, etc., that you need to take to nourish your body, to strengthen your physical body as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we always talk about energy healing on the show, but I always say whenever anybody starts to mention anything physical, yes, energy healing can do a lot, absolutely. But please don't forget to forget the physical body. Sometimes it needs other things too at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you for
That's a good point, Shefali, because actually my podiatrist is here online, Shilpa, and basically, when I had that foot problem for so many years, Shefali, and then the private doctors and whatever you said, no, we can't do anything about it. You're going to be like that for the rest of your life. You're going to have this bursa on your foot for the rest of your life. I actually went to a holistic reflexologist. She's on here right now. And not only did she do shamanic healing and energy healing, but she did the physical reflexology and what have you, and the, on the back work and all that stuff. Yeah. So yeah, Shefali's absolutely right. It's what you believe in as well. It's like a placebo. If you believe doing this is going to help, then it will help. If you believe the energy work is going to help, if you trust and surrender to it, if you're open to it, then it will help. Yeah. But what I found with pain, because still things show up in my body, I'm not going to lie and say I'm 100% super fit, but when it shows up in your body, it's usually because there's emotions somewhere trapped inside. Okay. So there's some emotion, or there's something that needs to be released. And then the other thing is, we always say, once I lose like 2 stone, I will do this, or once I have this, I will do this. But what the universe says is do it now. So if you do your energy healing work now and show up in the world who you truly are meant to be, I kind of like believe a lot of your pain is going to go away. Okay, so there's 2 sides of it. There's the emotional side, and then there's showing up in the world who you really truly came to be. I always say to people in my group is that we came here to be love, right? We came here to be like source, to be as close to source, God, creator, whatever you want to call, as much as possible. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate both of your input. I just know that I've been to the doctors and I'm just dipping medicine up and down, and it's been dragging out. So I've been a little frustrated in that regard, but I'm hoping and praying that I find solution both ways and
You
release.
will. You
Yeah.
will.
And that's the thing with the solutions. A lot of times it's the taking action at the same time. Like you want to, like, from what I'm getting from you from previous conversations, is that you want to be doing the healing work more, right? But you don't have the time or the energy because you're tired. Pain is very draining. I totally get it. I have always had so many aches and pains. It was like crazy. And for the last couple of months, it was my right knee. But I finally got that sorted, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so happy. It's like like how it feels to not have pain. It's like, oh my God, So I totally get it. But that, even if you have pain, even if you're tired, right? If there's something that you really want to do, like healing work or whatever, don't let that stop you. Because once you start getting into the groove of doing the healing work or setting up your practice or whatever, there's going to be moments when you're going to forget about the pain, when you're going to forget about the tiredness, when you're just going to have so much energy just because you're having fun doing what you really want. Right. So don't wait, a long time to start doing what you truly desire. And take care of the physical body, absolutely, at the same time. Keep experimenting, keep doing what it takes, but don't put your future life on hold because of physical pain, emotional drain, all that kind of stuff. I know, because I did that for 5 years. I put my life on hold for 5 years, so trust me, I get it. And I'm just now starting to come back to life, right? And so
Okay.
And
like
Shefali, it's a good thing you mentioned that, because sometimes I believe when these things are showing up in our body, they're actually showing up because we're going to help someone else with it sometimes. Yeah. So with my foot condition, like at the time I felt like a victim, but now like I can tell people this is what I did and it completely went, so we feel like a victim at the time, and like, when is this going to go? When the more we focus on that pain, the more pain we get. Okay. The more energy, where I think Joe Dispenza says, the more energy, where energy goes is where it flows, or where energy flows, or it goes, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where attention goes,
that's
energy
it. So
flows.
that's it. You take the words out my mouth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, I'm really glad. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So hopefully that helps, Arnima.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
next time we talk, I want to hear you say something like, I've started my practice, I've started my healing work. It's going slow, but I've started
Okay.
blah, blah, blah. And on
Done.
from there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
thank you. I gotta, I hardly ever force people to do something, but it's like, oh, enough. Just, I want to hear something different next time. So just a little bit. Baby steps.
Fugati's written something really useful for Arunima, is the human garage people. I don't know if you've heard of them, Shefali, but they
No.
do fascia moves. And it's free. It's very, very powerful, very good. I've done it a couple of times as well. So
Oh,
look
have to
into
look it
that.
up.
That's for anyone.
So, Arunima,
Yeah.
look up Human Garage on
Yeah.
Instagram, YouTube,
Instagram,
TikTok.
YouTube. Yeah, just look it up. It's absolutely very, very powerful.
What
And
does
it's
it say?
free.
Human Garage?
Human Garage, yeah.
Yeah.
Just look up the Human Garage people.
Okay,
Yeah,
will do.
absolutely amazing. Miracle workers, they are miracle workers.
Will do.
If
Thank
you
you,
find
both
it,
of you.
Arunima, email me, okay?
Yes, will do. Thank you. Thank you, both of you.
Because I will forget by the time we finish this call. All right, thank you. All right, Cindy. Go
Hi,
ahead, Cindy.
Shefali. Hi, Roshni.
Hi,
Shefali.
Cindy.
Hello. So grateful for this call and for you both. I do
Oh.
believe that there's a divine time and purpose for everything. And I think that's why you both left your corporate job, so that you could enrich all of our lives with your wonderful gifts that you share.
Oh, thank you, Cindy.
Oh, bless you.
You're
And
so
Cindy,
welcome.
you've got gifts as well. You know that, right?
I am, yes, I am definitely finding more of my gifts out. And there was something I wanted to share with you and have a question. I had a number of synchronicities happen on October 1st, things that I have been manifesting that finally came through. And I thank God, thank my guide team, because I know they all made it possible. I had this listing I'd been trying to sell for almost 2 months, and we got a full price offer on October 1st. And yes, and another transaction that materialized. So I'm like, wow, this is going great. Although my husband got like a little administrative leave that happened that day also, that was unexpected for 30 days. So I thought, well, that's got to be some kind of blessing for him, or maybe he had to step back to reevaluate things in his life. But it just all seemed to happen on 10/1. Oh, and I had a tenant tell me they were leaving on 10/1, that this would be their final month with us. And I said, well, maybe it's time to open a new Airbnb with that property. So it's like, I know that 10/1 had some significant meaning, and I'm just wondering if you get anything from my guides. I know it was them showing me, hey, things happen for you now.
I can't remember what 10 is about, but 1 is a very powerful number, because it's not actually 10, it's 1 and 0 equals 1, right? So it's a very
10
powerful
10 plus
number.
1 is 11.
Yeah, 11.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's an
yeah.
extra
There
number,
is
11.
Yeah. When I was thinking of 10 as in, like, there's a 10/10 portal coming up as well, which is really powerful in 2 days' time. Let me just check. Yeah, you've actually got some past life connection to the number 10, and it's a very, very lucky number for you.
Wow.
So yeah, so you're spot on with that.
Yes, I knew it had some significant meaning. I just thought I would share that and ask if you received anything. But yes, it totally makes sense. And I know it was like meant to happen on that day, all these wonderful things that just materialized.
You do something on the
Good.
10/10 portal as well. I think if you do some manifestation on the 10/10, that would be very powerful for you.
Most definitely. Yes. I will be. Well, thank
Thank you,
you.
Cindy.
Thank you for
Thank you,
sharing
Cindy.
those insights. And thank you both so much for everything
Thank
that you give to us.
Oh, thank you,
So
Cindy.
thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome.
And we were talking about divine timing, right? And so just really quickly, I'm when I was leaving my government job, I got delayed by a year. So I was like quite upset. It's like, why isn't this not working out? But it turned out I wouldn't have been ready. And then when it actually happened a year later, everything was so magical and it happened with so much ease and there were no obstacles, nothing. So divine timing definitely is a thing, right? And so when something happens in divine timing, it usually just flows, right? When we're trying to
Absolutely.
force something to make it happen, and there's obstacles after obstacles after obstacles, it's like, all right, time to slow down, take a step back, and just see what wants to show up and how it wants to show up, right? So divine timing definitely plays a big role.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guides and the team know much better than we do about what is good for us, right? Than us, right? So sometimes we do have to listen to that wisdom, listen to that divine timing, and just wait. But
Yeah.
I'm not a very good waiter in both senses, waiter or to wait. Um, so for me, it's always about, okay, what action can I take in the meantime while I'm waiting for it to happen, right? I'm still going to take small steps in the meantime, right? Whether that's physical or whether that's emotional, mental, the manifestation stuff, like whatever, something, so that I'm not blocking or stopping even the flow. That makes sense, right?
Does make sense. Like I said, when you're working for a place for 34 years, it's very hard to sort of, because you're always thinking, oh, how will I survive? And, that monthly income that I have, and I didn't even think that. My body was just like, you need to go, you need to go. When I sent that email, I just felt so different. And I just completely trusted and surrender. And that's the key. I didn't even think twice, like, how will I survive? Will this be enough? How will I manage? Oh, and I have to touch on that actually, because I remember at the time, my husband and son, nothing against the male species, but, being masculine, they were like, is this a logical thing to do? Because that's the logical way that males think, right? Is
Yeah.
it logical for you to leave a job after this long? And I'd be like, I'm going to be absolutely fine. So others will stop you. Others will put in their 2 pence and sort of give them, their thoughts. But I was completely in my element, and like I was like, you know what? Wait and see. And then now they watch me and they're like, oh, okay, you're doing it. You're doing it.
You
So,
were right. So
yeah. So people will put their, thoughts in, but
yeah.
just go with your gut, go with your guides, your trust, and surrender.
Yeah. And follow your heart, right? And trust the universe that everything will work out for your highest good. It always does, and it always has been, and it always will. Um, so I just wanted to, so we are going to be doing or Roshni is going to be facilitating a meditation called Your Golden Heart. But before that, I just want to take a moment and talk about the packages. So I'm going to share my screen in a second here. 1 second. You should be able to see my screen now. So there are 3 packages, A, B, and C. So for package A, there's an audio recording and I think 2 videos, right? I could be totally wrong, but that's what I
Yeah.
think they are.
Yep, they are. Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about what these recordings are?
Yeah, sure. So the audio recording is of the Akashic Records workshop, and it tells you about the basic of what are Akashic Records. There's a meditation in there, and I take you up to the Akashic Records as well. You get to keep the PowerPoint as well. So it's mostly all the information you want to know about Akashic Records, okay? Because a lot of people don't know about the Akashic Records. The next one is the Golden Tree meditation, which I've done quite a few times on your show. It's a beautiful grounding meditation, and it connects you to your guides so that you can ask anything you want with the golden tree. Okay, so that one's really beautiful as well. And this one we did on your last show. Very, very powerful process. It's Archangel Michael clears any emotions that you're storing. It's a very beautiful I don't know if you remember it, Alara. It's putting the emotions down on the postcard and giving it to
Yeah.
Archangel Michael, who transmutes it. Yeah, so that's a very powerful process.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Both of them are powerful processes. I love that because sometimes we need something that we can do that is not too long that we can do to resolve something, right? So, and a lot of times just even being in that energy, in that space, in that meditative space is enough to start shifting, of course, raising our vibration, but start shifting us to a higher, better vibration, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's always something to heal and clear. There's always something we can let go of and
Yes.
resolve, right?
It's ongoing. It's ongoing. It's always ongoing.
So package A is 35.55 for all those three recordings, and then package B includes everything in package A plus a personal session with Roshni. And I know a lot of you have had personal sessions with Roshni. I have as well. So they're very powerful. So what does that look like for people?
Yeah, so I'll just check in when I meet the person. I'll check in what it is that they need, whether it's inner child healing, whether it's a relationship cord cutting, or whether a Akashic Records reading is required. And then there's other processes as well. It all depends on what's going on with the energy of the person.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's on Zoom normally, right? And there's a recording available, of course,
Yes,
usually.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
So package B is 88.88, and then package C again is everything in package A plus instead of one personal session, there's three personal sessions because I know so many of you wanted more than one session with Roshni, so she has this package that has three personal sessions. So all within 6 months, if possible. And that's for 122.22. And there are payment plans available for packages B and C. Some wonderful testimonials from people who have worked with Roshni as well. So please do take a look at these packages, see which one resonates with you. So I would, I highly suggest either package B or C because you will find that the personal session with Roshni is very, very powerful, very transformational and healing. So take a look at that. Again, package B and C payment plan is available. Package A, there is no payment plan, but it is $35.55 for those three recordings. Okay. So please do take a look at those. Thank you so much, Roshni.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Awesome.
you.
And I know people love those sessions with you, so they will
Thank
love it.
you. Thank you, thank you.
So, all right. So now let's talk about, we're going to do the meditation. Of course, if anybody has any questions about the package, you can, of course, let me know. You can put it in the chat or you can definitely email either myself. Well, just email me. Yeah, that's the best. Email me if you have any questions about the package. Where was I? I'm just going to see if I can put the link in here as well. Okay. All right. So the meditation we're going to do today, Roshni, tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so this meditation is literally polishing up our chakras, but from the golden heart. Okay, so right now we are kind of on the golden earth or stepping on into the golden earth, and I personally believe that our hearts are turning gold. Okay, or the light within our heart is gold, and we're going to use that light. I think the Rahanni guides are going to come in, and we're just going to polish up each chakra and just make them gleaming, and so that we can be aligned to our mission. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. Yeah, thank you.
So, if everyone wants to put their hands on their heart center and put your feet gently on the ground, it's okay to lie down, but what happens is sometimes if we lie down, we end up drifting off, which is okay as well. But so if you can, try and sit upright, put your feet gently on the floor and your hands on your heart center, and start off by taking a nice long, deep breath in the nose for a count of 4. And breathe out the mouth for 5. Let's go again. In the nose for 4. And out the mouth for 5. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. So I'd like you to thank yourself for being here, for doing this work today. This time is just for you, for your soul. I'd like you to visualize beautiful roots coming all the way out from your feet, going into Gaia, deep, deep down to the core center of Mother Earth. And there you will see a beautiful lotus. This lotus, the petals are opening up one by one, and Gaia is pouring in her beautiful energies. She is pouring in peace, creativity, ease, grace, grounding, and connection. See these beautiful energies go into your roots, into your feet, into your knees, into your hips, and then into your heart center. And the heart center transports this out to the rest of your body and aura. Take a deep breath and breathe out. And then from the top of your crown, a beautiful cord is going up to the roof of your home, into the sky, into the multiverse, and beyond that, where there are millions and trillions of other planetary systems. And there is your very own six-pointed star, your soul star. I see Source pour in unconditional love and unconditional light into your soul star and all the wisdom and knowledge you've ever known. See these beautiful energies come down to your crown, down to your third eye, and down to your throat center, and then down to your heart center, where again, the transmitter, the heart, sends it out to the rest of your body. Take a deep breath and breathe out. It then travels down to the solar plexus just above the belly button and the sacral, and then the root, and then all the way down the knees where sometimes we've held lifetimes of trauma. Then it goes down to the ankles where there may be some guilt, and then down to the toes where there may be some resentment. Just feel this beautiful energy from Source go all the way down your roots and down into that beautiful lotus where the two energies connect. You are now aligned. Take a deep breath and breathe out. So within your heart center is a beautiful, beautiful light. And just know that you have the power to increase this light every day and use this light. Use it on yourselves and use it on others. Send it out to the world. Whatever you do with this light, it's magical, it's powerful, and it is just love. So right now, I see the beautiful 51 celestial Rahanni angels come in, and they are filling your heart with unconditional love, with this beautiful golden light. And I also see Kuan Yin, and she is filling in your heart with compassion. I see Mother Mary come in, and she's filling our hearts with peace and love. She has two doves in her hand. Just see your heart expand with these beautiful energies from our Rahanni guides. And I'm being guided to told that you need to fill your heart with forgiveness. And Jeshua is here. And Jeshua is filling your heart with truth. And he's also saying wisdom, filling up our hearts with these beautiful energies. So we now have truth, love, and compassion within our heart center. And our heart is glowing with this golden light. So I'd like you to take that golden light and I'd like you to take it to the area of the perineum, the root chakra, the base of your spine. And I'd like you to shine that beautiful light from your heart center around the root chakra. How does your root chakra look today? Is it spinning fast? Is it spinning slow? Use that beautiful light to make it shine again and move at a beautiful pace. We then go on to the next chakra, which is the sacral, just underneath the belly button. Use that beautiful light within your heart center to shine on the sacral. How does it look? How does it feel? Are there any blocks? What color is your chakra right now? What color do you see? Is it spinning fast? Use that beautiful light to make it work perfectly. And just know you have the power to do this every day. We then go to the solar plexus. This is our powerhouse. Use that beautiful light within your heart, within your golden heart, to shine on your powerhouse. Some people might see yellow here. So the solar plexus is one of the most powerful chakras. As we know, is all the chakras are powerful, but this is where everything lies, in the gut. This is where we get our gut feeling. So use that beautiful golden light from your heart center and those beautiful energies from the Rahanni guides to make that chakra shine again and work properly. We then go to another powerful chakra, which is the heart center. How is your heart chakra? Is it spinning fast or slow? Is there some grief held there? What color do you see? Some people might see green. Whatever color you may see is right for you. Again, use that light within your heart center to touch up on the heart chakra and feel any emotions that are coming up. And then we move to the throat chakra, which is the portal of communication. Some people see this as blue. Use that beautiful light, that golden heart, to clean up this throat chakra so that you can communicate clearly and speak your truth. We then move to the beautiful third eye, the pineal gland chakra. This is where our intuition is held. Again, use that beautiful golden heart, the light that's there, to make your third eye chakra shine and spin at a pace that is required for you, so that everything is aligning. And then we now go to the top of your head, which is the crown chakra. So I'd like you to use the golden light to shine upon the crown chakra. What does it look like, the crown chakra? This is our connection to spirituality. Some people see it as a white light or a violet light. Whatever you see is right for you. Just see those beautiful energies from the Rahanni guides go into your crown and light up that beautiful chakra. So take a deep breath and breathe out. And as you do that, you can see all of them spin at a very good pace, not too fast and not too slow. Because when they're slow, they impact us, and when they're too fast, they impact us. Just see them gleaming and shining so that we can carry out our mission with love and joy and passion. So as you're lighting up, or as you're lighting up the chakras, the golden light within your heart is lighting up your bones, your veins, your cells, your aura. Just sparkly, sparkly light is coming out of you. So I'd like you to imagine Gaia in front of you, and especially around Florida and the areas impacted by the weather storms. I'd like you to take your beautiful golden love and light and cover Gaia with it. Because whatever frequency you give out to the world is what you will receive back. And then take a deep breath and then bring it all back to yourself, because you are important as well. Okay, so take a deep breath and breathe out. And then when you're ready, come back.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you. I feel like I could take a nap, but I also feel very energized in a way. Like the insides are all like humming, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It's like all my cells are like humming at the moment. So it's beautiful. Thank you.
That's
And
okay.
just being in this state, feeling this way can charge you up a little bit so that you can continue to do your mission, right? To have more joy with it, with uh, whatever it is that you're doing, right?
Yeah, and everyone can do this themselves, like every day. All you have to do is just put the light in your heart and just tune your chakras, yeah, with
Yeah,
intention.
yeah,
With intention, anyone can do it, right?
absolutely. Yeah, so Susan also said, beautiful process. Thank you. Need my bed now. Exactly. Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you. That was amazing. I was yawning away too, right? Yeah, me too. Very peaceful and energizing at the same time, right?
Oh,
Yeah, thank
bless.
you so much. What a beautiful, loving meditation. Oh, so nice. Yeah, thank you. So soothing and beautiful. Good.
Thank you. Thank
And
you very much.
again, like Roshney said, this is something you can do regularly, even without the guided part. But of course, since this was recorded, you can always go back and watch or listen again and do the process again. Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. Good. And at the same time, when you're doing that, think about, I would say, think about, what your mission is, and 'cause that's going to energize your mission as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. Thank you. Good. And of course, everyone drink water. Water
Yeah, I
always
feel like
helps,
I'm very thirsty now.
right? Um, okay, cool. So any last words of wisdom for us? Just
Um,
as she said, I'm thirsty now. So it's like, okay, have a sip of water and now. Any last words
do
of wisdom?
do what you love. That's the most important thing. Do what brings you joy. And we sometimes forget that. Um, you know, we tend to think that, okay, when I'm, X amount of age and I retire and then I'll do what I love, and by that time, we don't know what's going to happen. So, do
Yeah.
it now. Why wait till then? Do it now.
Exactly. Do it now. And that's with anything, right? So like if feel like going to the beach, not in Florida, but anywhere else, then go to the beach. If you feel like having a little bit of sun, go get some sun. If you feel like having a little bit of ice cream, go have that ice cream. It's like, I remember there was a meme going out around a while ago, but it's like, don't save your special dishes for a special day. Use them now. Right? Every day that you are here and living and alive is a gift. So choose, your life is a gift, your living is a gift, and your mission is a gift, right? And so when you start to live your mission, you're gifting other people with, again, more opportunity, more inspiration, more whatever it is that they're also looking for, and permission to also live their mission, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Pragati said I went to my nearest beach last weekend. Awesome. So, because you have a beach nearby. So that's great. I love the ocean too. And one of these days,
I
I'll
love
get
that.
close to it.
Pragati's written
So,
each day is a present.
yeah,
Sure is.
absolutely. Um, exactly. This was a very insightful call. Lots of wisdom, lots of information. So please go back and watch or listen. And the process, of course, is going to help you to, again, energize your life, energize your mission, have all your chakras spinning and being clear and, aligned and energized so that you can be more fully who you are, right? And that is what we need today. We need more of us to be living their mission, working on their mission, playing with their mission, whatever word you want to use, right? But doing it instead of waiting for the perfect time, because there is no perfect time. The time is now, right? Mine is 1 minute away. Yes, lucky you. That's beautiful. I love that. So yes, of course, don't wait until someday. Start now. And again, like we talked about before, start with a small step. Just small step. No one's asking you to do everything perfectly or have everything done in a minute. Start small. Start with a small step. Right. So thank you, Roshney. And
Thank
like
you.
I think Roshney is a perfect example of this because she was until very recently working full time in a job, right? And then she started working part time, doing her healing work, etc. And slowly and slowly now she's working full time as her living her mission, working as a healer kind of thing, right? Working,
Yeah.
teaching, healing, etc. So it can happen, just like that gradually, but listen to your heart, trust in the universe, trust in your desires, and have faith that everything is working out as it's supposed to for you in a beautiful way. And ask for more. Always ask for more. Be satisfied with what is, but ask for more. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Can I just add that it's so lovely, don't give up and you got to start somewhere. I mean, I used to come on Shefali's shows a long time ago. The lovely Susan introduced us, and I did lots of one-to-one healing with Shefali, and I never thought, that I would be doing this, right? So anything is possible, but you just got to keep doing the work. Just keep doing the work, and I think I
Yeah.
mentioned it last time. I still got your recordings on my phone.
Yep. I knew you'd be doing this someday. I didn't know you'd be on the show as a speaker, but I knew you'd be doing the healing work for sure. So, but yes, right. And so that's you don't know how it's all going to show up, right? But keep the faith, do the baby steps, feel into your mission and what that is. Don't think about it because a lot of people go into their head, what is my mission? Feel into the mission from your heart space and ask your guides and the universe for support. All right. So thank you, Roshni. This was beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for all your questions, comments, feedback. And just, this is, obviously this is the theme of the season because like so many speakers have talked about this, right? So, it's calling you all to take a step. It's time to shine. It's time to take that step forward. It's time for you to, live your mission as well, right? So we're all needed right now. So we need you to also show up as well for yourself and for us, all of us. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Roshni. Always so wonderful having you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll be back on Thursday for a new show. Tomorrow, I have my regular weekly video coming out, so stay tuned for that. Right? And I was going to say, Arunima, I'm sorry I was so, I don't know, forceful, but
That's
do
okay.
your best.
That's okay. Maybe I need a little push.
A little push, just a little push.
I got
exactly.
it. I got it.
Good.
I take it as a sisterly push.
Yes, very gentle push.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you so much, everyone. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.